Hello everybody. It's a beautiful day today, very sunny and nice here in Hong Kong. It's not cold at all this winter. I wonder why. Anyway, I just wanted to talk for a minute about bread and circus and what I want to do. And I want to try to be brief and not ramble too much and repeat myself too much. But the basic idea is we're living in a period of history where there's more bread and circus than there ever has been. If you think back to African slaves in the 17th century Americas, if you think back to the Ottoman Empire, the Roman Empire, or any of these other periods of history, what constituted bread and circus? I mean, people just weren't that well informed or entertained, and for most of history, the vast majority of us were illiterate. Now we have all these great gadgets, we have all these great toys. We're connected by 5G all over the world. We have so many things to divert, distract, entertain us. So many opportunities to choose various different kinds of hobbies and so on. It's really a cornucopia of wonderful stuff that we have. And even if you're not concerned at all about climate change or inequality or nuclear war or, weaponized viruses or any kind of potential nasty thing to happen with technology, with artificial intelligence, with robotics, with machine learning. If you're not concerned about social media and what it does to all of us, if you don't care about any of that, you still have interests. You still have ideas, thoughts, and feelings, and most of us have spent a lot of time paying quite close attention to our ideas, thoughts, and feelings, our hobbies and interests, and we have a very refined, high-resolution understanding of these domains. What I want to do is just talk to normal people about this. I want to ask them, what do you want? Why do you want it? How are you going to get there? What's your bread and circus? And if you've even thought about those questions and can answer them, really, how are we going to sustain that effort over time? Because we do have the potential of destroying our habitat. It's not the world we're going to destroy. We're going to destroy the ability for Homo sapiens sapiens to live on this planet anymore. And we'll be gone. And life on Earth, if the non-ionizing radiation from the nuclear power plants that we left behind don't destroy everything, don't just take away the atmosphere, life will reboot, something will happen. Anyway, we'll all be dead. And as the cynical politicians always say, what do we care what happens, in the future? What do I care if people think I'm a liar, if I'm on the other side of history? At the end of the day, people nowadays don't have those values. They say, I'll take it up with St. Peter when I get there. I'm a player, I play the game, I've got the power, I'm only concerned about other players, what they're doing, how I can beat them or use them to win myself. If you're in that category, if you have everything and are only concerned about luxury goods and looking cool to your people, that's fine, but most of us aren't like that. And I think most of us would like to try, at least, make an effort to see that all of this wonderful bread and circus, this fantastic world in which we live now, is healthy, maintained, and sustainable, and that our children's children will have a future that we can't even imagine. I mean, think now, 10 years ago, if you could have imagined what exists today. Most of the technology and science and engineering and so on, for most of us in the world, is a black box. We don't know how it works. We don't know where it came from. Most of us don't really know how the economy works, Why do investment bankers get bailed out? Why don't billionaires give their billions to governments so that they can ensure that people have an education, have health care, and so on? Obviously you want to believe that you're going to be a billionaire, you're going to become that which you worship, and then you'll, through your philanthropy, through your genius, your wonderful ability to choose exactly how to save the world, do the right thing with some of your money, and you'll be that guy. You know, they'll make a statue of you that says, whoa, I was the genius entrepreneur that you know, took a hold of my destiny, made a lot of money, and then I cured malaria through giving money to some research, or I fixed the political system by giving money to the Heritage Institute or something. Well, we don't know why there's this inequality. Some of us do, most of us don't. But we just hang in there because we're well distracted and well entertained, and we love what we love. So, if you're thinking like many of us do, that there's got to be a way to sustain this over time, you're probably concerned about how to do that. So what I want to do is talk to normal people. There's plenty of people on the web that do great videos about philosophy and history and science and politics. There's fantastic podcasts everywhere where all the geniuses, the high performers that Tim Ferriss and other people like to interview, come and tell us their story and what they're doing and what they did and what they learned and how they learned it. They're great people. They're fantastic. And we should be listening to them. But there's also a lot of people out in the world, just like you and me, who also have ideas, thoughts, and feelings that are profound, are also doing things, who also want to sustain their bread and circus, to see a future, to, let's say, go to their grave knowing that there's going to be a tomorrow for future generations. Some of us really are concerned with those things. I think most of us are. I want to hear from those people, people anywhere in the world. I want to hear them tell their story. What are they really fanatical about? What do they love? What's their bread and circus? What do they want? Why do they want it? How are they going to get there? How are they going to sustain it? I think if you've thought about these questions, then you have some profound insight to share, and I'd like to hear your story. So that's it, Bread and Circus in the Anthropocene. I hope to make some good content in the future, and I hope you will come back and watch again. Eventually I'll get all this YouTube or content producer stuff sorted out, and I won't look so awkward and ridiculous. But anyway, thanks for tuning in now, and I hope to have some good content for you very, very soon. I'm shooting on an Osmo pocket camera now with the iPhone connected to it, and I've got a little Sony recorder here that I'm recording with. I think the mic's pretty good in the Osmo, but it's not good enough. I'm going to see if this kind of works as a kind of run and gun pocket kind of thing for these kind of talks, in case you were interested. Okay, thanks a lot for listening. I really appreciate it, and we'll see you again soon. Now let me do this thing that everybody does, okay, because I know it's so cool. Ready? Ready for the transition? Fade to black? Why am I so riled?